Welcome to the daily crypto market review. Starting with the daily crypto update. We are observing from a few days that the crypto market is hovering up and down with low volume pumps and slight fall downs. However, today I posted on Twitter about few hours ago, about 8 to 9 hours ago, that market can take correction anytime right now. And you can see as soon as the American Stock Exchange happened, just right now we are observing a big red candle. Let's see what the stock market of the United States is doing, and Bitcoin's price action may be a probable reaction to them. Starting with Nasdaq, we have seen that Nasdaq opened already few percentage down from yesterday's closing. Then it went up, then retraced from the resistance, and now it's going down. Similar condition for S&P 500 stocks and Dow Jones stocks. All of them are tanking. And correspondingly, if we see the dollar currency index on the daily time frame, we have been observing that these trend lines are being respected with the dollar currency index price action. So they are currently hovering upside. If you see on the daily percentage gain, we have gained about 0.22%, which is decent gain for a reserve currency. Moving towards Bitcoin price action, what Bitcoin is doing right now, Bitcoin has just entered 29,000 and broke the support of 30,000. That was a psychological support of $30,000. It wouldn't be wrong if we mark these trend lines here. As we can see, Bitcoin is observing these inclined trend lines, and we can also assume that them as support and resistance. What we can observe that most probably Bitcoin can have this line as a support. However, if it breaks this line, then our supports are 29,700, 29,400, and the last strong is 29,155. Then we have the next support according to the channel, which we have been following for quite a while, that is 28,650, and Bitcoin did not probably close candle below this. If it does closes below, that would be a huge bearish signal for the markets to reach the final liquidity zone, which I am observing and being repeatedly saying that we have to go to this zone of 23,000 to 21,000 if the market and Fed quantitative tightening continues, which is most definite situation and it is most likely to be continued. However, currently we are in a mega bear trend, and this trend is continued from weekly time frame. So there's nothing new. We are in a downtrend, and this small area is representing we are moving in quite sideways for a while, and we are quite sure that it most probably will be breaking down, or there is certain chance of filling the CME gap at 35,000 of breaking up, but still there's a strong resistance at $32,000 and then $35,000, and there's a high chance that we may come again if the Bitcoin channel breaks here somehow. Talking about Bitcoin breaking the price channel, we have to observe the increase in Bitcoin's dominance, which we are again seeing that it's moving sideways. However, it has consistently kept on increasing slowly but steadily over the time. If you see the daily time frame, we are observing a consistent increase in the Bitcoin dominance. Right now, it is taking a strong correction rejection from the resistance level of $47.78 percentage, which I have already mentioned. The next resistance would be 48.9 percentage. Once we break this resistance, which technically Bitcoin should break for a stronger price action, and then we can see further upside to the price or even stability in the price, as right now crypto market capital is decreasing along with the other stock markets. Moving on towards Solana and Ethereum usually following the same trend as most of the big altcoins. Solana has been in this down channel for quite a while, which I charted previously, and this is the very strong resistance trend line for Solana, and most of the time Solana is being rejected from this trend line. So if we draw a probable price action, it would be following Bitcoin. I believe that Solana would be hovering sideways for quite a while, and there is a very less chance it hit the top trend line, but it can. There is no clue that right now it's gonna go up or down, as it depends upon multiple factors. The first is the stock market, the second is the Bitcoin price action, third is the Bitcoin dominance, and fourth is the investor interest in the specific crypto asset, as Solana has been a victim of DDoS attack for the fifth time in this same year. So I expect a sideways motion just between this channel, which we have been following for quite a long time since the start of May and still being continued in June. Right now we have formed another offset from this channel, and this is a strong rejection from this trend line. So I expect Solana further downside so that we can accumulate in the lower prices or even in the early $30 price for Solana. Another thing which I found out that Bitcoin Magazine Twitter handle posted that one of the largest airlines, Emirates, to accept Bitcoin payments. Turns out this was not an accurate information, as Emirates rejected this proposal or this news. They said that Emirates isn't currently accepting Bitcoin or any other type of cryptocurrency, as it's an alternative payment for the future use. And of course, considering the market volatility at these times, no big financial institution would obviously jump in to accept such a volatile accept right now. Another important thing you need to keep in mind that CPI numbers are coming on Friday, which is very important to watch. If it comes below 8.3, then we'll see market skyrocket for short period of time, keeping in mind that we are still in a bear trend and bear market on the weekly time frame, monthly time frame, and even daily time frame. While a value of CPI above 8.3 can be extremely bearish and prove to be very volatile for the market. Moving on towards the funding rates. Although Bitcoin's price action is showing it's rapidly dropping, and even the funding rates for most of the altcoins are also positive. So we can expect further downside from here, as we are seeing that there's hardly any resistance or strong bounce observed. Observing Bitcoin long versus shorts, Bitcoin long positions are quite higher than the Bitcoin short positions, so it's best in the exchange's interest to liquidate more of the people. And you can also observe that longs are increasing over the time period. As you can see, this is the 5-minute chart and this is 24 hours. If you zoom it to 15 minutes, you can see longs increased, and right now what I think most have been liquidated, and the shorts are right now being seen to be increased. If you zoom further to the 5 minutes, you can see the longs are increasing, and this line represents that retail investors are increasing. However, the big investors are represented by the bars, which have the most large positions open. Moving on towards crypto fear and greed index shows a value of 17, which can also be not just on the edge of extreme fear. We can see that the markets can go down further from this point, as we have a fear and greed index which is also cooling off. Just 2 days before it was around 10 to 14. Right now it's also cooling down because we have been in this trend for quite a while. This is how the fear and greed index is rising from 10 to 13, then 15, then 17. One good news I have for you, or you can say on the macro scale, is bullish, that approximately 38,000 bitcoins have been withdrawn from the exchange on 6th June 2022. That means in the month of June on 6th, we see that exchanges had a net flow of 38,000 bitcoins outside, and there are lesser amount of bitcoins on the exchanges. And if we see or observe an increase in demand, then definitely the price is gonna push up. So this is also a macro indicator that the Bitcoin is really preparing to get armed for a rally. However, in this sentence by ready, definitely don't mean the rally would start the next hour, the next day, or even the next week. It could even take months or even year, as I also posted that it is most probable scenario that we can observe a multi-year bear market. Keep in mind that we have wheat crisis all over the world, as well as other food shortages due to a war going on, and both of the countries were exporters of oil, food, and other essential life support items. So right now the world is far more interested in necessary life support items rather than speculative or even volatile commodities or stocks. So that is the macro perspective which I think will keep Bitcoin's price under deep hot water for now, and we may see sideways motion or even the bear market rallies. However, the bigger trend is still downtrend, and I would obviously support short positions rather than going long in any situation, as the risk would be too great considered to the reward. Please hit the like and subscribe to the channel if you have found this video informative and useful, and share with others. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.